Okay, as this clip goes, ask yourself the question near the end of it, if Shane or James could overlap Drew here, what we'd have. Okay, right here, if James decides to go full bore and just overlap Drew on the outside, or if Shane were to do the same, we'd have an awesome situation. James kind of stays there. Shane goes to the middle. We've got all this open space out on the left, unexploited. We settle for a cross, gets headed out. Here we're going to get a switch going after some nice possession. And now watch where it breaks down at the very end. See what we could have done different. Okay, looking at it in slow-mo. Get a nice pass out to Shane. One touch to Griff. Griff sees congestion, does a great job controlling the ball. To Thomas, to Jake. Jake takes a great touch away from pressure, sees Jared. And right here, Tobin is coming into view. If Jared could have slung it out to him, we might have had a really nice switch going down the left flank. Close. Okay, in this next clip, ask yourself how we could retain possession on our throw-in and use our backs to do the switch here, as opposed to going into this congestion. We'll watch it again in slow-mo. Okay, right here, Dante is getting a pass back. What if Chris moves backwards, gets the ball, goes over to Tobin, and then we're out of there instead of having to go into this congestion. Thomas can't find a place to play. It's really tight. Gets it out to Griff. It's even tighter. Now's the time maybe he could switch something, try to get it to Jared or Jake. Jake's a little close. Instead, it breaks down. This is a continuation of the play we just saw. And ask yourself the question here about James' width. So here we go. Where is our outside left mid? He's too far in the middle from the previous play. We were in the middle part of the field. He should be a lot wider than that at that stage. But Sid, he couldn't get out here. He does a nice job of going inside here, though, once he does get the ball. Jake should probably stay put there to give him a square pass. James sends a nice through ball to Drew, who's holding his run because he didn't see the other center back way over there. Otherwise, it would have been a nice ball. That center back made a good defensive play. Here's a good example of us getting a little impatient sending the ball forward when we're not even at half field yet. We're trying to send through balls through to our strikers. This is a good job getting it out here and starting this. We'll watch it in slow-mo. Here we go, not even at midfield yet. Okay, so this is good. We get the ball. Dante plays Matthias, which is a great job. Matthias takes a nice first touch. Both Will and Thomas are doing a great job here of getting wide and deep to give Matthias an option. Thomas takes a good touch here, moves forward with the ball. Sees Griffin, plays a nice one-touch to Jake. That's excellent. Jake turns away from pressure. Here's where we should get the switch on. This is a little too early to start trying to find those through balls. Too much space in front of us. Chris is up a little too high here, I think. Chris needs to be still providing support. He's encroaching on Jared there. Okay. Jake attempts a through ball. We're not even out of the center circle yet. Ball just gets intercepted and kicked away. Okay, on this next one, I want you to really concentrate on the very end. James does a nice job of being creative here. However, he might have had some more time, and look at what he might have done differently to maybe get the ball out left to Shane. All right, as we watch it in slow-mo, Jared could maybe take this ball down to Jake. Just a little tap over to Jake standing by the referee. Easier said than done. Here, Jake and Jared are pretty compact together here. They're not really connected and spread out a bit. We're having some trouble with all the congestion. Thomas makes a really nice defensive play here. Gets the ball back over to Jared. Now we're in business. Okay, Jared sees the penetrating pass to James. And James, look at Shane out here. What if he turns, fires Shane in? We're good. Instead, he tries for the creative play that would have been spectacular if he made it. Okay, should Chris be here on this throw-in?
You gotta make a copy of that Winfield.
I did. I made a copy of the ghost too.
We're gonna do 2 of them.
Okay, where should Chris be? He should definitely not be there. All right, he needs to be deep, providing support. Right here, there's just no purpose for that. We're creating our own congestion. If he's back, we could switch it out to Dante, up to Jake. Look where they're at. We'd be off. Instead, we lose it. Here's a nice attempt at a start-stop move by Shane, but think about what part of the field this is in and what might have been more appropriate.
Jared, what are you doing?
So if we look at this, Shane makes this move, and the player's in good position pressuring him, and so is there a cover player, if you watch here. Okay, Shane turns. He's going to make the start-stop move. Good, steps on it. But there's a player right there to provide cover. So even if he gets by him, we're in the middle third of the field, losing the ball. A great move in the final third. Why throw into congestion here? Look at Shane here. He's asking for the ball. He's open. Okay, into congestion, we lose it. Okay. Here we go. Shane's wide open there. Fire it right through the middle there at him. You got 3 players all real close to it. 3v3. They'd knock it out. Okay, watch here and see where James should be as this ball comes back to Matthias and then to Tobin. Nice job by Tobin getting wide. That's excellent. Okay, here we go. Ball comes back. Dante very appropriately to Matthias. Matthias does a great job. Tobin gets wide, gives him lots of options. Okay, now right here, why is James running that way? Tobin coming forward, the visual cue should be for James to turn around. Instead, he comes all the way back to Tobin. There's no purpose in that. We just totally stifled our attack here. And then Jared gets it, hasn't looked behind him to see that there's a player there, turns right into pressure, and then we end up losing it. Fortunately, we get it back here as they just kick it forward and Matthias picks it up. Okay, in this clip, watch the defense get out or not get out as Matthias has the ball. Ah, there they go. Too slow to react. Okay, here we go. Matthias has the ball. The defense should be getting out now. Okay, at least 5 to 10 yards very quickly. Push their players up. Look, as soon as we do it, what do their players have to do? They have to start running. All right? Key to get out quick. Jake takes a bit of a heavy touch here. Here Shane's going to try to help Drew, but gets in the way a little bit. See if he could have changed his run somehow. Happening awful quick. Here we go. Thomas is the ball. Nice pass to Drew, who makes a nice turn. Confuses the defender. And right here, if Shane could leave it for Drew, that'd be great. Maybe break back to the left. Tough real speed. It's just communication and figuring it out. Here's our first goal. James makes a really nice turn to get free here and then just buries it in the upper left corner. Awesome shot. Boom, upper left corner. Great shot. Here we go. He's a recipient of a little bit of a fortunate ball, but he makes the most of it. And he's narrow here, but that's okay because we're in the final third. This is where we want to be then. We don't need width when they're in the final third there. So that's perfect. Look at that, upper left corner. Can't get better than that. Okay, in this clip, watch the great pressure we apply, and then watch what ball Will may have been able to play instead of the one he did. Not a bad ball. Here we go. Shane brings pressure. James sees the pass coming out wide, starts to apply pressure. He gets there. Will's doing the same thing right now. So by the time the ball gets to this outside player, Will's coming in and applying pressure. They have no time. And Will ends up stealing the ball here. Great job. And right here, look at Drew. Drew's asking for it. There's space between the center backs. It's more congested with Shane. Not a bad ball. Still a good try. Drew would have been right through in for the goal, I think, though. Here's another example of not getting it out of congestion. And we have some disconnect with our center mids here, which is part of the problem. Look where Jared is right now. Right on top of Drew. Too late. So here we go. Jake comes to the ball. It's pretty congested, but where's Jared here? Jared's way too high. He needs to have been dropped back, kind of about where the referee is. And Jake has no option, so he turns the other way. Jared's asking for it, but Jake can't see him because he's too deep here. Ball goes out of bounds. We pick it up and throw it and go right back into that same congestion. Here we are, Jake. There, look where Jared is again, up with Drew. He needs to be back here on the other side of the referee supporting Jake with a square ball. Jake has to go into the same congestion again. And he goes out of bounds.